This model spine right here is the spine of a patient who's been gracious enough to allow me to use his spine in this presentation. Here's a gentleman who was injured. He was in a car crash in Florida while doing federal work. Obviously this happened in Florida, moved back home. Compensation to this gentleman wasn't necessarily there or fair because it was said he couldn't have hurt himself. However, when I come along here, that little point right here is a big splurge of an osteophyte. An osteophyte is something that has traumatized the lining of the bone, and a foamy-like aggregation, a buildup of arthritis is coming on. It's right there. It's not normal like the rest of the vertebrae. And yet, in this area right here is a very minute osteophyte that is starting to grow as a result of the trauma. Now, it won't mean a lot right now, but as that grows, it'll stop that function of his neck. He already has headaches. It is permanent, and it will worsen. And when I'm looking at these holes or foramina, that's where the brachial nerves come through. All those holes, or they call them IVs, intervertebral foramina, or holes, allow the nerve to come out very, very free. But when that hole is narrowed because the spine's been traumatized, and the disc lowers, it lowers the ceiling and the floor of that opening and irritates those nerves. That's the reason you hear of someone in a post-collision 3 to 4 years later. Gosh, doc, I never got over that. I felt better, but you know that arm pain is coming back. The reason for that is this. Well, in the history of law and medical cases and such, we've only been able to put together x-rays and believing perhaps that's what's happening. When I'm allowed to take CAT scans, build a template, and have a 3D version, and then build that exact scale model as if we peeled all that skin, all those muscles off of that gentleman, we actually have in our hands his real spine. No guesswork. His real spine. Now there's an argument, boys, in the medical legal world, that this is all designed to find problems. No. Any true examiner in any business, in any of the medical business, an exam is created to find out how many things are correct. What is left is error. And what is left on error is what you concentrate on repairing and rebuilding.